Okay guys, so coming to you guys with some breaking news. It seems that the lawsuit against Nicki Minaj and Nicki Minaj only has now been dropped. Hey guys, it's Morali. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Back at it again with another video. If you have not subscribed guys, click that button. It's daily and consistent content. Daily and consistent. And let's get straight into this video. Subscribe. Let's get to 255,000 subscribers. We are close to there guys. Let's go. A woman who sued Nicki and her husband for intimidating after she was accused of, a particular R-word has dropped her claims against the rapper, and the star's attorney is already vowing to seek penalties. Jennifer Hough sued Minaj and husband Kenneth Petty in August, leveling the extremely serious allegations that he had R-worded her decades earlier, and then both of them had intimidated her not to speak about it, claims that Minaj and Petty have strongly denied. But on Wednesday, Hough dropped Minaj from the case without explanation. The claims against Petty are still pending, yes, and the filing only asked to have Minaj dropped without prejudice, which basically means that Jennifer Hough can refile those claims whenever she wants. When reached for comments, Hugh's attorney Tyrone Blackburn said that the case against Nicki was voluntarily dismissed. The case against Kenneth Petty is still ongoing, so please stay tuned. Jude Bernstein, lead counsel for Minaj, declined to comment on the dismissal, but in an email he sent earlier on Wednesday to Hugh's attorneys, he was evidently not pleased at all and said it called it an appalling lawsuit. While this may be the end of your efforts to extort Nicki into a settlement, it is just the beginning of Nicki's and my efforts to make you pay for your disgraceful conduct. You forced my client to spend over $300,000 in fees to defend a case which even my labradoodle, Gracie, could see was frivolous on both the facts and the law. Not the labradoodle, Jesus Lord. In the same email, he blasted Hugh's teams of attorneys as bottom-feeding lawyers and reveled that they had surrendered without receiving a penny from his client. Hough sued in August, claiming that she had been R-worded by Petty in 1994 and then bullied into remaining quiet by Minaj. She then said she had been traumatized her entire life and then subjected to harassment by Minaj and Petty and their allies. Nicki Minaj directly and indirectly reached out to plaintiff Hugh's family members to ensure plaintiff would recant her claim that defendant Petty R-worded her. But 5 months later, after those explosive claims were filed, little litigation had taken place amid months of messy procedural wrangling. First, attorneys for Hough accused Minaj and Petty of failing to respond to the case at all and moved for a so-called default judgment against them, an automatic ruling in her favor. Attorneys for Minaj and Petty then responded that Hough hadn't properly served the lawsuit and that such a default was inappropriate. They said the move for a quick win was more evident that Hough had filed a frivolous lawsuit designed to extort a nuisance settlement from a wealthy couple. Believing that a celebrity with deep pockets, which is now married to Mr. Petty, would fear adverse publicly, plaintiff is attempting to extract money based on the 27-year-old alleged incident. Bernstein wrote in the November filing, plaintiff's improper rush to obtain a default judgment against Mr. Petty and avoid resolution of this action on the merits further demonstrates that plaintiff is well aware that her claims lack merit. In the wake of Minaj's dismissal, Hough is still seeking a default judgment against Petty, who remains a defendant in the case. A hearing on that motion is scheduled for Jan 20th, but it isn't clear if it will be impacted by the dismissal of Minaj. And in this email, Bernstein said he would seek sanctions as soon as Feb 2nd, and also in terms of getting the money back to get her legal bills repaid, because of course Minaj did waste $300,000. She wasted a lot of money when it comes to this particular case. Now, anybody that could have been anti-Nicki at the time or whatever when this all came out, they're not wrong for doing so, because this is a very sensitive topic. This is not some Stan-related topic. This is in relation to the word of the R-word. Kenneth Petty is still very much involved with this situation, so let's not get that twisted. I want to remind everybody very well that this case is still ongoing for Kenneth Petty. But I do feel like if Nicki is involved allegedly when she was or allegedly wasn't or whatever the allegations were, anybody that was taking this seriously, they're not wrong for doing that, because this is a very sensitive situation and you want to respect the nature of the victims and whatever. Now, for this Jennifer Hough lady, for it to be dropped, it's very interesting. It doesn't mean that Nicki is out of the woods. It doesn't mean that Nicki Minaj is completely out of the woods when it comes to the legality of the situation. She could easily be brought back in because this was dropped without prejudice. So the legality of this is very interesting, and I feel like for those who don't have an abundance of legal knowledge, please look into it before you comment down below, because there's a lot more to this than these articles that are saying. But for her to be dropped by this, it's great news for her. $300,000 is wasted, not good news for her. She'll get that coin back. She also kind of reacted to this, I would assume, put up a unicorn emoji on Twitter, literally perhaps to kind of celebrate that, these are frivolous lawsuits. Now, for this woman, she did that real interview. We'll see if she does an interview again, child, and probably not, because it's going to be very interesting. The case is not closed, it's not finished. So I'm not going to really comment on bashing anybody right now, because I want to see the full extent of what happens in the results. A lot of people also saying to me, Murad, this has happened, speak on it. Guys, I'm in Dubai. Dubai is 4 hours ahead of London. I'm not going to be making a video on this at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. I want to sleep, wake up, and then do a video and read it properly and get into it, because this is a legality situation. You want to read the proper stuff, the fine print of this, to really get it out to you guys in a quick 5-6 minutes. But all in all, this is some good news for Nicki Minaj. Other articles and reports were saying that this is probably not good news for her and that it could get worse for her. I think that's clickbait. I don't think it's going to get worse for her. I think this is probably the biggest uphill battle for her for a while, and she's overcome it, and it seems that, you know, she's completely dropped it. Completely. Anyways, let me know your thoughts are, guys, when it comes to this video. Subscribe to the channel, click that button. It's daily and consistent content, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.